Over the weekend, there were significant riots in London. Now that has spread to different cities throughout the United Kingdom, including Birmingham. And we have now 3 days of rioting in a row. This originally started over protests of Mark Duggan, father of 4 29-year-old being killed by the police. There is a dispute as to how he was killed. The police say he was firing at them first, but they have not presented a lot of evidence to point that out. In fact, the one bullet they said was from a non-police weapon turned out to be from a police weapon. So far they don't seem to have a very good case, or at least if they do, they're not sharing it with the public. That has caused significant anger in that community. On Saturday night, about 300 to 500 people showed up. Now, it began as a peaceful protest. Unfortunately, it quickly became non-peaceful as people filled up bottles with gasoline and started tossing it at the police station. And as you can tell there, cars, they torched the double-decker bus, destroyed several patrol cars, trashed a shopping mall. In the first set of riots, 26 police officers were injured. There were 46 arrests. Since then, there have been 200 arrests, and that has still not done it. As I said, Birmingham has also seen dozens of people arrested in riots, 215 actually arrested overall, 27 charged so far. 100 of those arrested are either 21 or younger, meaning obviously a very sizable percentage of the rioters are young. 35 police officers have been injured in the 3 days of violence. The London neighborhood of Brixton is now also affected. And now we get to the cause of all of this. As with anything like this, there are, of course, a number of causes. One of them is, of course, the Duggan situation that precipitated it in the first place. But that's not all. Of course, there is terrible unemployment in the poorer areas that are affected, including the areas where the riots began in the first place. And among the young, we have the greatest unemployment. So obviously, that is part of it. Another part of it is the austerity program. Some are blaming for it. So far, $130 billion of public spending is going to be cut through 2015. That is the current plan. Now, not a lot of those cuts have to come in place already. Some have, but a lot of them are going to come in the future as well. And by the way, why are they having to do this? Because Britain bailed out their big banks, so they don't have money anymore. So they got to make sure that they take it from the middle class. The same exact programs that are being introduced and accepted here in the United States, which is a disaster. By the way, they have tripled some of the student tuition fees, and they have also cut public sector pensions. So if young kids don't have a job, they're angry about police abuse, which is another contributing factor here. And if they want to go to school, their tuition fees have been tripled. Well, are we surprised when things like this break out? Now, don't get me wrong. There's also another side to this, which is what they call opportunistic looting, which is definitely happening. What happens is some of the young are now texting one another, let's go hit this particular place, and then you will see lines in front of particular stores where people are going in to loot one by one. They're taking away not just valuable stuff, but you can tell also. I know they're obviously young, so that's partly explains what they're taking, but some of the stuff they're taking is video games, sneakers, jeans, etc. Now, to say that poor conditions in those areas have nothing to do with it, or anger at the police has nothing to do with it, is absurd. To say that there isn't some opportunistic looting going on now isn't relevant, is also absurd. And by the way, a lot of the people in the neighborhood that have been interviewed by the press are saying, what's good is it to burn down this neighborhood? As always, is incredibly stupid. What good is it to take the poor guy down the street who's trying to run a store to loot the hell out of his store? So this rioting isn't helping anybody, right? But both factors are at play here. In fact, minorities within the police department had complained recently, and they even went as far as saying, hey, minorities should not join this police department. It's that racist. So if you think race has no issue here, or you think the local communities are not frustrated because of those issues that they perceive, well, you're also gravely mistaken. The reality is all these things come together to produce this kind of irrational and unfortunate circumstances that we're watching. So now I know the police in London have tried very hard to try to integrate themselves into the communities better and to be more responsive to the communities. Obviously, it has only had partial success. So should they continue with those programs and make those programs better so that it's even more responsive to the minorities, even within their own police department? Definitely. Should we care about austerity programs that hurt the poorest? Definitely. Should we care about programs that take away other opportunities from young people? Obviously. At the same time, you obviously have to impose law and order at this point, and this rioting is out of control, and throwing bottles filled with gas into patrol cars or police stations is unacceptable under any circumstance. So, but look, man, first it was Greece, now it's London. This rioting is spreading. I don't know if it's fair to say that it is connected. I don't know if it's fair to say that it'll jump to another place where we are seeing these austerity programs. Well, you could say those two might be a coincidence. If it happens a third time, how many coincidences are there? There's only so much people will take.